Alright folks, strap in, because what you're about to witness is a masterclass in lawful rights versus officer overreach. From the moment our auditor shows up outside the police station, tensions rise. Detective Inspector Hamlin immediately voices concern about filming, but as we'll see, what he's worried about isn't actually illegal. Stay tuned as we break down every claim, every confrontation, and every legal nuance in this jaw-dropping interaction.
So identifying yourself for me, if you don't
Detective
mind.
Inspector Richard Hamlin.
Detective Inspector Richard Hamlin. Okay, no worries.
So, I just need to let my colleagues know what you're doing.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Can I ask why you're recording it?
Just for my own interest.
Okay. So, from my point of view, you know, I need to consider security of the police station.
Yep.
It's unusual for somebody to be filming.
Well, you may feel it's unusual, but I don't.
Okay. So why? What's your motivation for filming?
It's a public service what we pay for.
Okay. It's unusual. You're the first person I've ever known in 25 years.
No.
Colleagues.
I'm quite sure that you know about people filming police stations.
Well, it concerns me, I've got to say.
Yeah, but whether or not it concerns you or not, and what the actual law is, okay, your concern and what the law is are completely different, because what I'm doing is a completely lawful activity. Okay. And as long as I break no laws and commit no crime, then I'm well within my actual rights to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
And regardless to what anyone's views and opinions are, those views and opinions do not trump my rights.
Okay. And can I ask your name?
I don't need to give that.
Okay. So you're giving me some cause for concern now, because you're next to the police station.
Well, why do I need to give my name?
Because you're filming the police station.
So because I'm doing a lawful activity, I'm meant to give my name. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that, did I? What I said to you is, I've given you my name, I'm asking yours, I'm slightly concerned what your motivation is.
Yeah, and as I said, I don't need to give my name.
Okay. Can you take your hands out your pockets for me?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to do anything you ask me.
Okay, you're being slightly obstructive. You're not giving me your name.
No,
your hands
I don't.
In your pocket, and I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah, my hands were in my pocket even before you got here, sir.
Okay, I'm being completely reasonable with you. Take your hands out your pocket so I can...
No, don't tell me what to do. I don't need to do anything. Okay, if you need to, please take a step back. Please step backwards, okay? You approach me. No, you approach me, okay? If you're unsure, then I would actually advise you then to please step backwards. I would stand in here and I would ask you to actually step back, please,
So what I will say to you is, I don't need to take a step back. I'm quite...
And I don't need to take my hand out of my pocket.
But what I said is, okay, could you take your hands...
And I said no, because I don't need to.
Okay. Well, then it gives me concern that you may be...
What? Because I've got pockets in my clothing and my hand goes into a pocket, that's giving you concern.
What's giving me concern is it's very unusual for somebody to come and film a police station.
No, it's not. It's not.
I've never done it before.
Then if that's the case, then you are well and truly behind the times as an officer in your position.
But I've never known it. And what I've got is a chap who won't give me his name, who's got his hand in his pocket, who's giving me calls for concern.
Okay, so my hand in my pocket, okay, doing a completely lawful activity, okay, because of your feelings, not what the law is. Those are your feelings. That's not the law.
What I'm telling you is,
no, please don't tell me. Please do not tell me.
You're doing an unusual activity, and you've got your hand.
Is it lawful? Is it lawful?
I've been quite reasonable with you, and I'm asking.
Here's the key takeaway: the auditor knows his rights, and he's standing firm. An officer's personal feelings, I'm concerned, cannot override lawful activity. Hands in pockets, filming from a public space, refusing to give personal details, all completely lawful. Watch closely as the officer struggles to justify his requests. This is a perfect example of where knowledge of your rights meets untrained assumptions.
Full.
At the moment, it would appear to be.
Right, it is, okay? Well, there you go, okay? You've answered your own question. So whatever you do as of this point, okay, will be unlawful because of what you've just stated.
Because I've asked you to take your hand out of
and I said no.
I've got concerns.
I don't have to take orders from you.
I didn't ask you to take orders from
Telling me to take my hand out of my pocket is an order.
No,
okay? And I said no.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't have to do that.
Okay. So I'll ask you again, what's your name, please?
I don't have to give my name.
I've tried to be quite reasonable with you.
Yeah, and I've done nothing wrong. I do not have to give my details. That is my lawful right not to give my details. Okay? And me having my hand in my own pocket, okay? Whatever your concerns and your feelings are, those are your concerns and feelings.
The inspector's request here falls short. The simple test is, an officer's feelings don't create suspicion. Having a hand in a pocket is a normal, everyday action, not reasonable grounds for suspicion of a crime. By treating it as a threat, the officer appears to be manufacturing concern to justify his questioning. Will he escalate from here?
Okay. So, you said this is an unusual activity.
No, you said that.
No, you said that.
No, you said it was unusual.
I said it seemed a very unusual activity.
Yeah,
So
and I said to you, it may seem unusual. To me, it's not.
Okay. So have you done this before?
Okay. It's irrelevant whether or not I've done it before.
Okay. Well, what I'm asking for is because I've never met you before. Okay. I need to know a little bit more about what's going on here.
Okay, right. Well then, if that's the case, okay, can you give me your date of birth, okay, and your home address?
Right. Okay. I've given you my details.
Okay. No, give me your date of birth and home address.
You're asking me
no, well, you want personal information of mine. Okay, that's my personal information. That's not my work information. That's my personal information.
You've done this before. That's not personal information.
Okay, my name is my personal information, and I said that's irrelevant.
Okay, because you said it's not uncommon.
I said it's irrelevant. Correct.
All right. So you're not prepared to give me your name?
I don't need to give you my name.
You're not prepared to take your hand out of your pocket?
I don't need to take my hand out of my pocket.
Oh, okay.
So, and as I said, okay, if you're feeling that bothered, then please do take a step back away from me.
I'm not
You've
bothered.
walked to me.
I don't need to. I mean, the fact that you're telling me to take a step back again just adds to concern that you offer a risk to me. You're posing a threat.
Well, no. I'm saying I'm going off of what you're saying to do with my hand in my pocket. If you don't like my hand in my pocket, then move away from me. Then,
if I believed you had something which could harm me in your pocket.
Well, how do I know what you got in that bag? That if you actually take a swing at me, that it might knock me out.
Okay, because I'm not going to do that.
Well, what? There you go. So please don't make an assumption on me because I haven't made one on you.
So, as a police officer working at this police station, I've asked you what you're doing.
Yep.
Here.
And as a member of the public, okay, I have the right to ask questions to whatever officer is actually on duty. Okay, I have a right to actually film police premises. I have a right to film police property, officers.
Notice what just happened. The officer treats a normal, everyday action, hands in pockets, as suspicious. This is classic manufactured concern, creating a reason to question someone where none exists. It's a subtle yet important lesson in procedural overreach. Who else thinks this is a textbook example of feeling concerned masquerading as law enforcement? Now look at the exchange. Okay, so you're a chief inspector? Yes. No. No. Detective inspector. Detective inspector. Right. What I'm going to do, okay, just so you don't get paranoid. The auditor then produces a memo issued to every single police station and hands it over. This simple act helps clarify the situation, and the auditor notes, well, this is what I call a first-class education. And that is what this is. Is it a complete first-class education? Yes, it absolutely is.
So, you're a chief inspector, yes?
No. Detective inspector.
Detective inspector. Right. What I'm going to do, okay, just so you don't get paranoid, okay, right, I'm going to take a memo out of my bag that got issued to every single police station, and I'm going to hand it to you to read.
Thank you.
Okay?
If it helps me understand why you're here.
Well, this is what I call a first-class education. And that is what this is, okay? It is a complete first-class education. Okay? Now, you know who the NPCC are, yes?
I do.
Right. Okay? Right. There we go. Okay? If you'd like to take it, you can actually read through it. Okay? Take it as long as you want. It makes no difference for me. Okay? You can see the date of when that was issued as well. So, and that got issued to every single force. So that's why I said, before people actually come and make assumptions, they should actually know what people can lawfully do.
To be fair, if you go back to the start of the conversation, and you've clearly recorded it, so you can do. I was asking you what you were doing. I haven't told you I haven't asked you to stop, have I?
Okay. Well, you were trying to tell me to take my hand out of my pocket.
Because
you were trying to force me to give you
I
my
asked
name.
You to take your hand out of your pocket because it gives me concern, but you've got your hand in your pocket, and I want to keep myself safe.
And I want to keep myself safe.
I just want to make sure that you haven't got anything in there.
And why do you think I keep a distance from you?
Well, you haven't really.
No, I have.
We're at a conversation.
I have. It's more than an arm's length. If we were shoulder to shoulder, then that's not keeping a distance. So does that now give you a much better idea now?
What I'm reading?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
So, and that's why I said that is with every single force and in every single police station.
But you could have just given me.
I don't need. Yeah, but I don't need to give you that.
Made it a lot easier.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I do not need to give. No, but the whole point of people filming is to see whether or not you will actually abuse your officer power, okay, and actually try and take somebody's rights away from them.
Well, I hope you will see that most police officers are reasonable. You clearly can understand that I would want to know why you were here.
Right. Well, then, as a detective inspector, okay, right now, okay, with Surrey Police Force, okay, do you know how many officers are currently on suspension from 2021 to 22?
Nationally?
No, just Surrey.
No,
only Surrey.
No, I don't work in our
Surrey.
You're right.
I'm good, thank you.
What are you filming for?
Pardon?
What are you filming for?
For my own purpose.
What purpose is that?
My own.
Pardon?
My own.
Right, okay. I might have kept you.
Do I need a purpose to film?
Huh?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
But they can't get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
So the number's there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose? then?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yes.
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling
why we
me a
asked.
terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay. Well, then, can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay. Yes, it is the point because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by a terrorist, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that.
Okay.
And then when you look at the last police station, that actually got hit by a bomb, okay, was in
Got stabbed by a
1972.
terrorist. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman when he was
wasn't
in
a
uniform?
terrorist act.
No, but that was a member of the police. That was a member of the police. Okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the point of that and terrorism?
Because it's my right. Okay.
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking why you're filming.
Because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've
My own reason. My own reason.
Here today,
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
but we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What, Section 43?
To search you.
And
to
if you
search
use
phone.
Section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one.
For why?
Okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right.
Right.
And if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC, back in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station,
Yeah.
okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and Section 43 should not be used, okay, in that
What about
actual
hostile
event.
reconnaissance? What about that?
Okay.
What if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay.
Well, jumping straight to Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, that's a serious claim. And yet, it's completely unnecessary here. Lawful filming does not equal terrorism. Watch closely as our auditor calmly dismantles this intimidation tactic with facts, patience, and precision. This is exactly where knowing the law transforms tension into a teaching moment, showing how confidence backed by knowledge can diffuse even the most extreme overreach.
Not public.
It makes no difference.
That's
I can film.
private.
I can film.
Yeah, so we've come out. We're asking
Hang on, you
why.
say that that's private. Okay, that is owned by the public.
But it's
Okay.
private. You need a pass to get in.
Who's going in?
not-
I'm not getting in.
ground.
I'm not getting in.
So I've asked you.
You made a presumption
why are you-
that I may
why-
go in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you made a
We can't
presumption.
take that chance because
Yeah, I know.
apparently terrorists don't attack us. They do. I just
Okay.
gave you an example, haven't I? A few years ago.
And then should we then talk about actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis?
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if police are abusing people within the facility?
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using section 43, okay, and that would have been an abuse of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of
You
power.
you said the Terrorism Act, yeah, which is a completely lawful activity. It's a completely lawful activity.
Right. But
It's
it
a
could be
lawful
seen-
activity.
You're not letting me speak.
It makes no difference.
No.
Good afternoon.
Hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah? That is in out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for
Yes,
me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come and speak to you?
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No, I've had
that we're being protected
several
from our buildings.
good interactions here today.
Right.
Okay, with 3 other officers. I've had some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So
Right,
saying this isn't
and
nice
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
Not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building, they start filming. That's the first thing I. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and say, "Can I help you?" Okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the van,
I did.
okay? But then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you? Whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to.
Well,
You've been filming me for ages,
okay?
so I've allowed you to.
Okay? Well, it's not about you allowing me to.
You just told me to allow you.
It's not about you allowing me to. It's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right. Okay. You just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So
What's your first name?
I won't give my name.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
what
correct.
Are you auditing?
A public building. Okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers that come out or the vehicle?
Now, this is a moment to highlight professional policing. Instead of demanding personal details or escalating unnecessarily, the officer shifts tone, engages politely, and gathers information through conversation. This is exactly how public trust is built. Dialogue over intimidation. The real question remains, will calm and professionalism prevail throughout the rest of this encounter?
And especially with the Met, and then even then if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide.
Yeah.
Okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force.
I agree.
Without any shadow of a doubt. It's very important that we have one.
Yeah. It's a good relationship.
Thank
That's
you.
why initially PCSOs were introduced. Initially.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that. Okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing, or was it actually about actually trying to get trained officers in?
Well,
What
they
do you
are
mean?
trained officers.
Well, no,
They're
they're
civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay.
I used to be,
They're not in the same level as you guys as constables. They're not in the same level.
they don't have the same powers.
yeah,
Correct.
as such. Yeah, it's not that
Okay.
they've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been put in as
The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers. Okay, where they go out onto different estates.
That's
Okay, and try and engage.
You've got safer neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that are attached to the safer neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to, look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it. And that's what I said. I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me. He turned around and went, "You're auditing?" I went, "Yes."
Do you,
And then,
do you understand why we come up and question you?
yeah,
There's
but
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
yeah, I welcome any interaction. But as soon as try and say about the Terrorist Act, okay, and all the rest of it, okay, then that is when, okay, it won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have
But
been.
that's what we're trying to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people gathering information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite disruptive.
Well,
and
any
do
place
things.
really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Yeah, well, just remember, everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth.
Right.
Okay, the only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
You
Okay,
have to see how
many people come in and out, what times
that's
the
obviously
people
what
come in
we
and
do in
out.
our job.
I'm-
I'm curious, just to.
I don't care how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out.
Okay.
I'm not here for that.
But when I came out, straight away I said, oh, what are you doing? And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings, then it would have
But
been...
I don't have to
interaction, wouldn't it?
justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
Yes.
like if we walk past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question,
Yeah.
I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
A purpose.
Okay,
That's it.
for my own interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't say
Okay.
your own interest. You said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay, and if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you
Yeah.
can't like get all angsty when people come and
Okay,
ask you.
so then,
'Cause it's our job
so
to
then,
come and ask and
so
make sure
then,
it's safe.
so then, do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street,
That's not my
okay,
job
and
to do
stop
that.
them all?
That's not my job
okay?
to do that.
Do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera?
It's not my job again,
Okay,
is it?
do you walk up to everyone
But
who
this
you
is
can
just-
see with a
this is just
phone?
a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this
So
is
we've
just,
come out,
and
you've
I'm
not
just a
stood near
normal
the
member of the
gates.
public with a phone.
The first thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what come last year.
Okay, so, and that's why I said to you that instead of actually doing it exactly as you done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet. I have no idea. I just
so you
take
know
it.
that
I just
obviously-
take.
Here's a brilliant move, requesting body cam footage under data protection laws. This is transparency in action, creating a formal record of officer conduct. If anything escalates, there's concrete evidence to back it up. It's a small step that makes a huge difference in procedural justice, and it's entirely within the auditor's legal rights.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you do.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
But you said I was fine in the van. and I
Okay,
said
yeah,
I was
and it
gonna
was when
jump
you
out
got
the
out, and it was when you got out, your tone changed.
Right.
Okay.
You said it was when I mentioned the Terrorism Act,
Okay.
which was a good 10 minutes
Yeah.
of the conversation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The camera footage will actually show that. Also, as well, you didn't have that on straight away.
But it
Okay.
starts recording before I turn
Okay.
it on.
And just make sure, okay, that does actually get kept, because I will be requesting a copy of that.
For a policing purpose, it can get kept. So I have
Okay.
to justify why I've kept.
No,
Yes, I do.
once I put in a request, okay, I had 30 days before it is actually deleted.
Correct.
Okay,
So if you
and it's
request
in
it,
that time.
yeah.
Okay, and it's in that time that I will request a copy of it.
Okay, that's
And that's
fine.
why I said, okay,
But
please
other
make
than
sure.
a policing purpose, we can't save our body.
Okay.
It has to be for a policing purpose.
Okay. Yeah. And this is a policing purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay, because we're having an interaction, okay, and if you actually look, or even on the Metzone website, okay,
We don't record every interaction.
I know you don't, but you are recording this interaction,
Yeah.
okay, and that's why I said I will request a copy of
No
it.
problem. But like I said, I can't save it unless it's through police.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
With staff there.
Alright?
Or
Yep, no
you
worries.
can call up 101,
Yes.
which I write on here, and you can say, I would like to make a complaint about police.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you want to just find the uncommon first? And they will be able to make a complaint for you on the phone. They'll be able to sort it out. Okay, and someone will contact you.
You are talking about on the telephone or?
Yeah. So if you call up on your phone, 101,
Yes.
and just say, I'd like to make a complaint to the police.
Yeah.
So,
in regards to
question,
this
what are you
matter.
auditing now by just filming
And
me
then
listening to
this
these?
police station has your
I'm not listening to him.
No, me listening to them. I am.
Okay.
So I'm asking, like, what's the purpose of
Because
you
there's no
filming me
actual,
just to...
like, working front office
Just
here.
curious,
So they
like, I'm
make
just
complaints.
curious why.
The complaints
Because
go on the phone,
you're
telephone number, which is
an officer on duty, okay,
Fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
looking very unprofessional with your hands tucked in your actual body warmer,
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not allowed to put our hands in our pockets.
Yeah, I know. Well, that looks even worse. That looks even worse.
That's fine. But we're allowed to do
Okay.
this. We're
Yeah, I
not allowed
know,
to
but
put our hands
it
in our
looks a lot worse. Trust me, it looks a lot worse.
Okay, that's fine, but we've got rules. I'm not allowed to put my hands in my pockets.
Okay.
They're a lot more accessible from here compared to down here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rules that are there. Okay, i.e. to do with the way that you also identify as well. Okay, it's like where you first actually just sort of dipped your shoulder and then pointed at your actual number.
If you listen to the thing, I say that's my number 11718, and then you say, can you actually say it?
Yeah, but
Notice the debate about public versus private property. The auditor remains firm. Filming from a legally accessible public space is completely lawful. The officer's personal feelings, fears, or assumptions don't create legal authority. This is a critical teaching point. Lawful actions don't need justification, especially when your rights are clear and well understood.
a bit of concrete and I'm off the road.
No, but this is
isn't really
private
a
property.
footpath.
No, it's public property. Let's correct that. It's public property.
That's public
No,
out there.
it's public property. Let's get that correct. The public pay for it. You are a public service. It is public property.
This is private property.
No, it is not. It is public property. I'm only going exactly where I'm legally acceptably
how can I help
allowed.
you today, sir?
I didn't ask for any help.
Say again?
I didn't ask for any help.
Okay, but you're filming and you're filming into a police station.
Yep.
We have
And
regards to that.
well, what your concerns are and what the
Yep.
law is, okay, are completely two different things, okay? What I'm doing, okay, is it lawful? Yes or no, sir?
Well, I'm asking you.
Is it lawful? Yes or no? What I'm doing?
Can you tell me what you're filming for?
I can
And then
film
I can tell you whether it's lawful.
no. What I'm doing right now, is it lawful? Yes or no?
Well, no, not until you tell me what you're actually doing.
No, I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to tell you anything. Okay, I'm doing a completely lawful
If you're
activity.
filming our police building, for
No, I'm
terrorism,
filming public property.
then, you know.
Okay, so for terrorism reasons, okay? Right, so what concerns do you have around that then?
Surveillance of
Okay,
police building.
right,
We have
okay, then
massive-
what I would actually suggest to you then,
Yeah.
okay, is you contact the counter-terrorism team, okay, and then ask them to attend. Okay? If that's
Well, we're
what
police
you
officers,
actually
so we
think.
can deal with you here right
Yeah?
now, to be honest.
In what way? Am I being detained?
Well, not at the moment, no.
Right. Well, what do you
We're
mean not at the
kindly
moment?
asking you if
What do you mean
we
by
are.
not at the moment? I either am or I'm not.
That's
what
I
is the
said, you're
difference?
not at the moment, you're not being
Okay.
detained.
Right. Okay. Then I will bid you good. I will bid you good day. I don't need to move on. I do not need to move on.
Police building, then you're giving us grounds to.
That's not grounds.
stop you.
That's not grounds, sir. Okay, that is not grounds. Yes.
You could tell me what you want, what you think grounds are.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Right. Here you go then. Okay.
What are you getting out of your bag?
It doesn't matter.
Step out of the way, 'cause we've got police vehicles coming through.
If we can move, that'd be brilliant.
No, I'm perfectly fine where I'm standing. Okay, right. Now, you know who the NPCC are, yes?
I do know. Yeah.
You do know. Exactly. Right, there we go. Right, so this got circulated. Now, you say that I don't have the right. Okay, good afternoon, madam. How are you?
Afternoon, I'm good.
Could
How are
you just identify yourself as well, please?
Yeah, Detective Sarah Jamak.
Detective Sergeant?
Sarah Jamak.
Sergeant. And your collar number, please.
3438. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay? Right, there you go. Have a read of that.
What do I need to read that for?
Well, that's from the NPCC.
Okay, tell me what it means.
Okay, I know what it means.
Okay,
Okay,
what are you
you're
trying to
trying to actually take this down a different road. I'm handing you a document that got circulated to every single police station. Okay, and if you don't want to take the time to read it, then I would say let me carry on about my actual lawful business. You carry on and do your job,
What exactly
and then
is
we'll
your
leave it at
business?
that. My business is doing exactly what I'm doing.
And what exactly are you doing?
I can film whatever I can see.
No one's saying you can't do.
Well, this one tried to imply otherwise.
Alright, well,
I
I can speak to you about that. I'm not saying
Okay.
you can't do anything at the moment. I'm just trying to understand what you're doing.
Well, what does it look like I'm doing?
Well, I'm asking.
Come on. Let's
you don't have
look
to
at
be
it.
smart about it. Just
No,
explain to me what
let's
you're
look at
doing.
it very simply. What am I doing?
Let's just have a conversation and tell me what you're doing.
I am. Well, if you're the actual officer,
Well, my
Okay.
concern is that you're filming a police
what
building.
your concerns are and what the law is are two different things. Your concerns do not
I
trump my
appreciate that
legal
this is a
right.
public building and that you're allowed to film it.
Right, there we
But
go.
my
There's no more to
concerns
say on
My
that.
concerns are why you're trying to film it.
Because it's a public building and I have the right to film whatever I can see.
Okay. And
There you
how
go.
long do you plan on staying here and filming it?
Who knows? Who knows? I could be here 5 minutes, I could be here half an hour. I don't know.
Right, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
What are you hoping to achieve by filming for?
I just film public buildings.
What, any public building or just
Correct.
police building?
Any public building.
Okay. Are
What
you
the public
doing a
pay for?
documentary or what is it for?
I'm
That's
just
what
making a
saying.
video. I'm just making a video.
Where does that video go?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I will decide once I sort of see all the footage and everything else, and then I'll decide from that point onwards.
I'm not genuinely just trying to have a
Oh
conversation.
yeah,
and
no,
understand.
then that's fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
now you're approaching the way that you're talking to me is completely different to your colleague. Okay, you're a lot more chilled out, a lot more
I'm
relaxed.
genuinely interested.
Okay, no, but you're a lot more relaxed. Okay, compared to what your colleague was. Okay, and what he was trying to say and what the actual law is are completely different. Completely
I do
different.
understand that. I get it.
Okay, and as you already stated, okay, what I'm doing, okay, I'm well within my lawful rights to do so, and I'm filming a public service. Now, if you had
Can
actually
you
come
understand
out,
from our point of
yes,
view, our
but
concerns and why we want to come out.
yeah,
and
but
speak
what your concerns are and what the actual law is are two different things. They're two different things. Okay, for you to actually go along something. Now, he mentioned terrorism.
I mean, there is a
Okay.
concern.
Yeah, but
when
he
people
mentioned
survey,
terrorism.
When survey,
Okay.
but that is a genuine concern, though,
Okay,
given the
so
current
then,
climate. When
so
people are
then,
going to
if,
survey
he,
public
if he's then
buildings
going to
such
go
as
along
this-
terrorism, okay, then what section of terrorism is he going to use?
well, we can detain you under that. I'm not saying we are
What,
going
under
to do
Section
that.
43?
But
Under Section
and that's a
43?
conversation that I'm not having with you now because that's not something we're considering.
Because
at this moment in
even
time.
if you went along those lines, then this is something for you to actually consider. If you did go down those lines, then I would ask you to make sure that if you're using Section 43, that you give me the specific section from Section 43 and the correct wording. Okay,
well, I
as
mean,
what
I
should
don't
be
have to
delivered.
give you that, but what I would say is,
You'll actually find
I'm
that you
listening
do.
to what you're saying.
You'll actually find that you do.
What I would ask politely and just for all our own safety is, like you said, you're more with that legally within your rights if you want to stand here. But what I'd ask you to do is if you can move to the pavement.
I'm standing on a great big concrete bit here, and I'm perfectly safe where I am.
Okay.
I'm perfectly safe where I'm standing. Okay, you're the one standing in the road, not me, sir.
I know, but
Okay,
I'm standing
so
where
if a vehicle comes out, I'm safe. You're the one at risk, not me. I haven't asked you to stand in the road. There's plenty of pavement behind me and in front of me that you could easily stand, but you're the one deciding to actually stand
you
in the
do have
road.
to understand that when vehicles are coming in and out, that it's quite a large
I won't obstruct any vehicle, okay? If the vehicle mounts the pavement where I'm standing, okay, then the
that's my
driver's
opinion,
at fault.
isn't it? And I'm
Well,
kind of
no,
asking
no.
you to move
If the
onto the
driver
pavement.
actually mounts the pavement and hits me, then the driver is at fault. Okay, if I'm on the pavement exactly where I'm standing. You're the one standing on the road, sir, not me.
I will going back to the original point. What is the purpose of this video? I know you film public buildings.
That's all I need to say. I don't have to say nothing
I'm sure
more.
you've run into this issue in other police stations, yes?
I've had several conversations with several police constables, yeah.
Yeah. And what is the general consensus?
What do you think the general consensus
Well, I'm asking
is?
you. You're the one who does this on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking you, what do you think the general
Well, at
consensus
the
is?
moment, our concern is about safety and safety of officers.
Okay, well, who approached who? You approached me, I didn't approach you.
Yeah, but you're-
I'm on this side of a closed gate, you were on the inside.
It's not in relation to that. It's about videoing them.
Yeah,
Okay, and police vehicles.
yeah, public vehicles, let's get that correct.
They're police vehicles. I didn't deny
Public
they're
vehicles.
public vehicles or private.
And there you have it. 3 major takeaways from this interaction. Filming from a public space is generally lawful. An officer's personal feelings do not override your rights. Calm, professional dialogue beats intimidation every time. What did you think of the officer's conduct? Comment below and let us know. If you learned something new, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more forensic breakdowns. Remember, this video is educational and not legal advice. Always check local laws before filming.